been rather loud when trying to make a point, but shoving the mic down my throat like that bit required, it's just something that I do just to fucking be scary, you know?
Yeah.
I mean, like I say, I love horror films, I love westerns, I love all this, and to me, I mean, sure, the stuff is completely graphic and over the top, but aren't fucking horror films you go and see? I mean, isn't a Stephen King book just as stupid and scary? The idea is to shock people, not to shock them, but to shake them out of their idea that they're about to see something they've seen before, because they're not.
Yeah.
And that's entertainment.
Kind of like putting terminally ill people in films, yeah?
Yeah, exactly. That, by the way, was a routine, which a guy kicked me in a show afterwards, because he came up to me, kicked me, and he goes, "My grandmother's dying in a nursing home." That's what he said.
Yeah. I was going to ask you, actually. I've got a very old grandmother. Do you have any film contacts that might be interested?
I'm telling you, the idea is still a little radical to most people.
You think?
But what's so funny is, I mean, you know, this guy goes, "My grandmother's dying," or something like that, and I go, "Oh, you're the one." You know, we all have people die, you fuckhead. And if you can't tell this is over the top and ridiculous, then you're a fucking moron.
Yeah, well, maybe we just had to wait until, like, the octogenarians of tomorrow who know Wes Craven, you know?
Exactly, and go, you know what? I could die, or I could really entertain some kids.
Yeah. Yeah.
That'd be funny, just some kind of film will, you know? I love you because I love you.
Yeah. I, Bill Hicks, being a sound-minded body, wish to star in the next Nightmare on Elm Street. Yeah. Is there anything you'd really like to see written about yourself?
Well, I don't know about that. Definitely, I don't know. That's a good question. I've never been asked that question in my life. Wow, you're actually opening the door to a great freedom, and I'm not walking through it. Oh, fuck. Well, one thing I'd like to write is Bill didn't take advantage of the opportunities offered him, so let me think.
Right.
Well, I like what that guy said today. Well, what did he say? I wrote it down because I thought it was so neat, and I didn't think I'd remember it. The Dylan approach to comedy.
Yeah.
I like that. I don't even know what that means anymore.
Yeah.
It made sense earlier. I don't really know. Of course, I have my big old ego dreams, but they're ridiculous and not even worthy of discussion. I tell you what things I don't want to have discussed is the fucking misperceptions, you know.
Yeah.
It's dirty. It's whatever the label. I don't like the labels.
No. I know, you know, although it's true, I know over the holidays when I was back at home, had a video of Relentless, and it's one of those things you couldn't watch when your parents were in the house.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
That's
Well, ironically, one of the bits about the sucking my own cock and my parents commenting on the bit is a bit they've never seen, so...
Yeah. It's probably just as well for you.
Yeah, probably. It's totally generational, and it's quite amusing. I mean, they think I'm very funny, obviously, after, 10, 11 years of not having to ask for money. They're pretty pleased with me.
Yeah.
But they comment on my stuff all the time. It's totally generational. You know? They don't fucking get it. I mean, if they saw the Who destroy their equipment or the Sex Pistols or whatever, they would say, "I don't understand it. It's a perfectly good guitar. What a waste." And it's like, you missed the point.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I know the things. I've had to, hide some of my routines written down, you know.
That's one of my big fears is that I'm going to die and my parents are going to find my notes and just go, "My God, he was a fucking masturbator." Lucky he died.
Yeah, what did we do wrong bringing this kid up?
Right. Well, it's just so interesting to me. You know, one of the things, too, which I learned in theater, when I took theater for 6 weeks.
Yeah.
One of the things I learned, which I found so cool, was that the Greeks put in their plays lots of discussions about bodily functions and sex, and the reason they did is they believed that by talking about it, released the demons of shame from their body. So, similarly, if I may take the high ground for dick joke's sake, that's kind of what I do. I mean, look, a lot of that is direct reaction to a fundamentalist Christian puritanical attitude that is shoved down our throat, which obviously keeps these secrets locked away and forms aberrant behavior. Not to say I'm not a pervert, I am, but...
Are we all?
What's the way to fucking recovery is acceptance and not denial. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
As opposed to being some guy who can't show his feelings or some guy who molests children.
Yeah.
You know, whatever it forms its aberration, or a guy who can't even love his wife, which I find so scary. And I'm so sick of hearing my friends get married go, God, Bill, it really does change. It frightens the shit out of me.
Yeah.
I don't want it to change. And maybe I'm a total idealist, and maybe I'm going to burn out and fucking self-immolate one day, and that's fine too. I don't care anymore.
That's like with your thing about, you know, if Jesus comes back, you think everyone wants to see another fucking cross.
Right.
It's like, when I first saw it, at the time I first saw that, I was actually, you know, like a practicing Catholic. And it's just something, that's so fucking true. No, I can't laugh at that, it's blasphemous. But it's true. You know?
Well, you know, what's funny is I don't think it's blasphemous. I think it isn't. It doesn't have anything disparaging about Christ. You know what I mean? And what's weird is, to me, talking about religion is not blasphemous. And I know that the religion has set up its own little checks and balances to keep it ingrained. I mean, I'm the same way. I was raised Southern Baptist. You don't think I think I'm going to hell every fucking night?
Yeah.
Bill, did you have to say that? You know, you're going to pay one day.
Actually, I have a friend who's a fundamentalist Christian. I asked him if he had anything he thought I ought to ask you, and he says, ask him if he thinks he's going to go to heaven.
That's funny. Well,
you don't have to answer it if you don't want to.
Well, I will, because my true belief is that we live in hell and we live in heaven. It depends on how you look at it.
Yeah.
That's my belief. And once again, it's like I'm saying, there's got to be a new way to look at the world. I mean, there's got to be. And I believe that in doing that, you have to be able to question. That's what I really like about England, is that people are like a large part atheists. Not that I'm an atheist, because I'm not.
Yeah.
But what that tells me is that people are willing to think.
Yeah.
They're willing to open their minds up, and that is a first step, again, towards knowledge.
Right.
And that's what we after, right? And then,
yeah.
Hopefully, I don't know.
About the election the other day, what do you think of the result?
Well, if those were the three choices that they're going to allow, that was the best choice.
Yeah, you didn't vote for Madonna's twat, then?
No. that was my druthers, but once again, it was a generational vote, and it was a good one. I mean, look, it was a choice between Perot, Bush, or Clinton. It was your granddad, your dad, or your wacky uncle who plays the sax. And thank God we didn't go with our dad, who we know what he's like, our granddad, who would have had us all strapped in a harness, pulling a plow through the North 40 like the 1892s. And so it opened the door of possibility. I think a guy who's smoked pot and opposed to the Vietnam War for moral reasons, that's a good choice.
You didn't do anything about Clinton when he comes to Oxford, because he was here, wasn't he?
Oxford, that's right. Well, it's funny. I haven't thought of anything on him, and it's funny. I'm literally, I lost 45 minutes of material yesterday when Bush lost. And I don't know what's going to fill that time, and I've quit smoking, so there goes the other 45. I have no new act.
You have? You've quit smoking?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
2 months ago.
Really?
Yes.
God, I was supposed to quit on Monday, and I said, no way. God, if you can do it, anyone can.
Hey, that's true. You were going to quit Monday?
Yeah, this coming Monday.
How?
God knows, just stop.
Well, you know what I did? I did these nicotine patches. I don't know if they're available here yet, but they really work, and they have so far anyway. And it's a patch, like a Band-Aid you put on your arm.
Oh, yeah.
Nicotine pours into your system, and for the addict, that's a very comforting thought. I don't have to smoke, and I'm getting my poison.
That's amazing. That is like the last thing I would have expected you to say.
Wow.
So, you've given up everything then?
Everything. So see, now talk to your fundamentalist Christian buddy about it. I'm downright puritanical.
Yeah. Hey, Bill Hicks gave up smoking before you did. What are you going to do? Right. Is there anything else you really want to talk about?
Oh, well, I'm enjoying it. You're asking some very relievingly refreshing fucking questions.
Yeah.
So how long have you been doing comedy?
A couple of years now.
Oh, cool. Is there a club there, or do you go up at the college, or what?